Now she has swollen leg. She also narrated another fellow market woman at Oba Market who was jailed by Obaseki's government over trading by the roadside, and the woman gave birth to twins in Oko prison. And the lady narrated how after giving birth to those twins, the woman passed away. And she said she believed that the cause of death was the trauma of giving birth in prison. So if you have a wicked heart like that, and Oshiomole, that is all part of it. Two leprous figures in the same leprous heart. You know, and I saw him saying, you know, when we talk about he not being an emergency as a man. I'm happy he went to Ewohini, where my late wife come from. And he claimed that I slept in his house. I cannot sleep in his father's house that was built in the 60s. My late wife had a house in his village before he died. Her house is more beautiful than Oshiomole. I could have stayed in Oshiomele's house. The house that his own children doesn't stay. Right? And he showed photographs showing me sitting on canopy. Is canopy a house? So these guys have run sort of ideas. But we want to go to the issue. The issue is, Oshiomole, Obaseki, show us the road you have built. Show us the schools you have built. Tell us the number of teachers you have, divided by the number of schools we have, and let's see the average number of teachers per school. Show us how Benin City has become Gele Port because you did not deseal it. Show us why even the GRA, you cannot drive freely when it is raining. These are practical issues. Show us why the hospital I built on Airport Road, the most beautiful hospital I want to say in Nigeria, because look at that hospital and tell me another one that looks like that. Even when Buhari came to commission it, he asked me whether it was a bank or a shopping mall. I said, no, this is the hospital. Because we want to copy the best. I've gone to hospital in another part of the world, and you think it's a hotel. Now, we put the state-of-the-art equipment there. We have the inventory. Now he handed over that hospital to a general consultant, like you have a general contractor. And those people, if you are rich, you go there. So they charge very high fees. If you are not, you go to Sela Hospital or Mushroom Hospital, you go and die. Lastly, those of you who have been reporting from Edo, you know that when I was here, I got over 100 buses. You know, I said, we can't be using Okada, but to ban Okada, we must provide alternative. We had 100 buses I call comrade buses with green. Now they removed the comrade bus. But when you ask the people, every time I see them, you see the way they wave, because they know that I provided those buses. And I made it a policy that if a child is going to school in uniform, you board those buses free. If you are coming back from school in uniform, you board those buses free. The only way you can cheat is if you're of my size, not too tall, you put you school uniform, maybe you can cheat, but if they look at your face, they know that you are not attending primary school. Now, I do remember very well, and if you check your archive, you'll find it, where he brought some red-colored buses. And he invited me to commission fake project. Now, today, none of those buses is in Edo. Not that they are broken down. I believe what he did is to invoice Edo State government as having procured those buses at a price that is high. But what he apparently did is to loan those buses from a supplier. And once he has perfected the transaction of taking the money out, the buses have been returned to the actual owner. That's why you can't find them in Benin. And I challenge you to show where those buses are. If the one I bought 40 years ago are on the road, what happened to the one he bought less than 6 years ago, 5 years ago? You guys need to not just hear from us. You need to do your own investigative journalism and establish the facts as you see them. Take your cameras and see the schools in Edo. My friend, Edo people can't wait for September 21st to sack this government and the leprous son he wants to bring, your leprous brother. Consultancy is not it. We don't need all those double-breasted suits. I have no apology. Who can't speak any of the 3 languages of Edo State? We are not looking for an expatriate governor. Come on now. We want an Edo man who must be able to speak one of the 3 languages. I saw in the one small village try to speak Yoruba. Say, it is not a Yoruba state. But even those people, Yoruba is Lagos Yoruba. So, report the facts as you saw them. You have followed us around the nook and crannies of this state. You have seen the people's reaction to me. That makes me feel really good. And that's why I'm not tired. When I see those faces, I can't but lend you that system.
Ojo ginger.
Osho, quick.
Quick.
Osho, miracle. I don't know what to say so.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
No question,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The latest